Hey guys, it's Doc, and guess what we're talking about today? We're talking about pressure washers. So hold on one sec, be right back. Hey guys, it's Doc from howtowithdoc.com. That's our new website that we just put up. So let me tell you real quick, before we get into pressure washers, let me just tell you real quick about the website. We decided to put up a website to sort of organize all of our videos so that you could find what you need to find a little bit easier. And each one of these videos will now have a separate page, and on that page you'll actually find updated information and updated links. So if I publish a video 3 or 4 months ago and something has changed some of the information on it, I can actually update that below on the video. So that's why it's a good way. You can actually go to our website and actually see anything that's updated on the website. So that's the new website, howtowithdoc.com. And of course, click the subscribe button, that little red button down here. And once you go to our channel, click the little bell next to where it says subscribe, and that'll notify you whenever a new video comes out, so you don't miss anything. You don't want to miss one. So anyways, this is a whole pressure washer power series, pressure washing series that we're getting ready to do. And this is video number 1 of this series. But we're going to do a whole bunch of them. And what we're going to do driveways, we're going to do house cleaning, we're going to do swimming pools, we're going to do a whole bunch of different videos. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of break these apart, so you don't have to watch me washing a pool if you want to learn about washing a driveway, power washer driving, or a house, or an old fence, that kind of thing. So we're going to break it apart into series so you can watch what you need to see. So this is video number 1. Video number 1 is going to be about what size pressure washer you should buy, and we're going to talk a little bit about the different powers of pressure washer. So I'm going to keep this real short and real simple. I'm talking to the average homeowner, and that's what I'm basically thinking of. Obviously, if you're going to go into the commercial business, you're going to want to look at some commercial videos. I've actually done commercial pressure washing. I've had years and years of experience of it. I've power washed thousands and thousands of linear feet of fence, countless numbers of driveways, full houses, swimming pools. This series really is for the homeowner, because you don't want to underbuy one, but you don't need to overbuy a pressure washer. So I'm going to talk about some of the pressure, some of the power settings on this. The main thing you need to understand that a lot of people talk about is cleaning units, CU, which is cleaning units. And how you get your cleaning units is you take your PSI times your GPM, gallons per minute, and that'll give you your cleaning units. As an example, this old unit I have is 2600 PSI, 2.3 gallons per minute, and that gives me just about 6,000 on the cleaning units rating. Really, for the average homeowner, 6,000 is about where I want you to stay, or just above that. 6,000 to 8,000 is that range you're looking for. Well, let's talk about the difference between PSI and GPH. PSI, basically, of course, that's pounds per square inch, and that's the pounding power. Think of that as the scrubbing power. So how much grit, how much elbow grease am I putting into it? It's the actual pressure that's coming out of the nozzle. The GPM is the volume of water. And honestly, there really is no reason for the average homeowner, I don't think, to really go over 3.5. That's probably the highest that you need to go. Any more than that is just really not needed. And honestly, unless you're cleaning very, very large surfaces, you really don't need to go up a whole bunch more than that. I'm going to show you my unit, and this unit here, I'm telling you, I think it's 7 years old. It's got hundreds and hundreds of hours on this thing. It's cleaned countless fences, garages. We've actually used this somewhat in a commercial setting. And the only thing I've had to do is just replace the pump up underneath it, because these all have direct drive pumps on them. It's up under, and that's most of your units have at this kind of level. They have a pump underneath. I replaced the pump for about $100, and that's over 7 years, so that's a pretty good record. I'm a big fan of the Honda engines. We've got 15 Honda engines at the shop. This unit, and the reason why, is pretty simple, because you don't take care of pressure washers. Unfortunately, you use it, you put it away, and it sits there for 6-10 months, and you pull it back out and you expect it to start. These engines will do that. The only thing I really recommend that you do is you do use some fuel stabilizer in it. And whenever you shut your pressure off and you're going to put it away, don't shut it off by the switch. turn off your fuel line. You want to make sure that the pressure washer you buy has a fuel line shut off. That's the only thing I really want you to do, because what that'll do is that'll drain all that fuel out of that system and keep it from caramelizing, as I call it, and clogging up things inside of it. And that's the way you should put away your pressure washer, with some stabilizer in the fuel, and then shut off the fuel line, let it run until it runs out of fuel. If you do that, you'll never have any problems with it. Next, when you do put it away, they make a pressure washer pump lubricant, and I'll put up a link for that either on the website or on the video. But you hook it up and you shoot it into your pressure washer pump. It'll prevent it from freezing in the wintertime, and it's a good lubricant for long-term storage. I think for the majority of people, I've never really seen an electric power washer that I would use, that I would ever buy or ever use long-term. Gas is the way to go, mainly because also on your gas one, I'm traveling, I've got a huge fence here. I want to be able to just walk around and not worried about electrical cord. The next thing is never go below this PSI. 2600 PSI is the lowest PSI I think you should go with. Do you need to go higher? Yeah, you can, and I'm going to put some links to some good units that are very affordable. Look, pressure washers have really come down in price for decent quality pressure washers. I'll put up a link, and it's just about 400 bucks for a pressure washer that I really like, with a Honda engine. Has about 3,000 or 3,100 PSI, and it's like a 2 point something, close to 3 gallons per minute. It's a real good power washer. I'm going to put a link up to it. It's going to be on Amazon. Let me tell you why I'm going to put up an Amazon link. You can go to Lowe's, you can go to Home Depot, you can buy anywhere you want, but I'm going to tell you why I like the Amazon purchase, and we do this for a lot of our pumps that we have. We run a lot of 1.5 and 2-inch gas pumps. If I go to somewhere like Lowe's, which is where I normally go, if I go to somewhere like Lowe's and I buy this unit and I buy an extended protection plan, it's going to cost me $80 to $100 for a 4-year protection plan. If I order this through Amazon, I can get a 4-year Amazon protection plan for $15, and I can get free shipping. I might pay $10, $20 more for the unit, but I'm going to get free shipping, and I'm going to get a 4-year protection plan for 4 years for 15 bucks. Now, on the protection plan, the Amazon plans are transferable to other owners, and shipping is free back and forth. So it is a good deal, and that's why I like the Amazon. I'll put up a couple Amazon links to pressure washers that I recommend. Pressure washers come with a bunch of tips. They typically have different degree tips on it. If I'm not mistaken, green I think is 40 degree all the time, and that's really the only tip I use. I only use a green tip. The rest of the tips I don't even bother with. As you can see, I don't have any other tips. I got an extra green tip and a green tip in the unit. I use my green tip. The next thing I'm going to do is, if you're going to do any kind of surface, if you're going to do any kind of driveway, if you're going to do a swimming pool or whatever, do not use a tip spray. Do not use a regular wand. Your life will be miserable. It'll take you a long time, and you're going to have these weird spray patterns, or some of it's clean and some of it's not clean. You're going to need the best investment in the world, the best 60 bucks you'll ever spend in your life. Trust me. Trust me. Do not power wash any kind of surface without one of these. Now this is, I think I got this one at Lowe's, but you can get it on Amazon. I'll put up an Amazon link to it. This is a surface cleaner. You can go up to 3,200 PSI on the surface cleaner. And what this basically does is this spins around, and the water jets, the internal jets are here, and it sprays. And you're gonna see on my swimming pool cleaning and on my power and on my driveway cleaning and sidewalks, how much of a difference this makes. I will tell you not. I refuse to clean any surface without one of these. Life is so much easier. You won't get that big spray over. It won't be spraying everywhere. It's just a little, it's quiet. It's just a little soft back and forth, and man, it cleans 10 times better than using a wand. So again, if you're doing a surface, invest the money in this. Even if you're renting a pressure washer, go and buy one of these. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. Now the commercial units, they have different sizes, and they have different actual tips that you can replace on this, and that's different. That's for commercial. For average homeowner, this is what you want to get, and it actually just clips on the end of your wand, and you just use it, and I'll be showing that in the videos coming up. So let me grab the camera and just go over real quick and just show you my old unit. I have a lot of fence. I have a ton of fence. Hold on, here we go. Ready? All that fence. You see all this fence all around here? Every bit of this fence was done with this unit, and this unit was 6 years old. Did it last year, I think we did, because we moved in, and we still have to do the outside of the fence. I've done my driveway with it twice. I've done the swimming pool with it, and this thing is, like I said, 7 years old. There's your rating on it, 2600 psi, 2.3 max gallon per minute. That's the starting point. That's the lowest you should go for this. I don't need anything else. Again, you see what I have to deal with. You see what we're doing, and this has served us just fine. Honda engine. Ooh, nice thunder. Fuel line shutoff is real important, and that's about it. So like I said, when it comes to PSI and it comes to GPH and the size of your pressure washer, the number one rule is get a gas pressure washer. Number two, your cleaning units, which is your PSI times your GPM. The lowest you want to go is 6,000. But in that formula, the lowest PSI I think you should go to is this, which is 2,600 PSI. If you want to never, ever, ever want more, I would say go with the 3,000 PSI and get yourself up to about 8,000 cleaning units. And again, I'll put some links up to it. All right, so a couple of recommendations I'm gonna make. Number one, the type of hose. I'm gonna put a link up to this hose, and this is the 0G hose. I have 5 of these hoses. I have some of these hoses that are well over 2 years old, and they just sit outside. Best hose I ever. It's very, very soft. It's almost a cloth mesh material, but it's not one of those stretchy hoses. 0G hose. I'll put a link to it on the website. The next thing is make sure you have a shutoff. I always like the shutoff so I don't have to run all the way back up and turn the water on. So have a shutoff at your thing. Next, the last hose that goes into your pressure washer, get a splitter on it. You know why? Because one hose needs to go to your pressure washer, and the other hose, if you're going to use any kind of spray or you need to rinse something down, now you got another hose to rinse it down. So let me just hook it up. I'm hurrying because there's thunder in the background. The very first thing I do, the very next thing you do is turn your water on. That's the next thing you do. The very next thing you do is you bleed your lines and make sure you have water. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna hold this until I stop hearing that popping noise. Trust me, make sure this hose is bled and make sure these hoses are completely bled. And hold this for a while and make sure you've gotten rid of it. You can hear that little popping. That's that air popping. That'll cause your engine, that air is gonna be inside your pump. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my fuel on. Turn my fuel on, turn my engine on. I'm gonna pull my choke out, and all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give it a slow pull the first time. Like I said, 7-year-old unit, and it'll start every time on the first pull. So this is 2,600 at a 2.3 GPM. And those trees are about 30 feet away from me. Okay, so now what I've done is I've shut my fuel line off. I'm going to store my pressure washer, so I shut the fuel line off, and I'm going to let it sit there and run until the machine shuts off. There we go. So now the actual fuel line has drained out and the motor has shut off because it has no more gas in the actual fuel system. So before you're going to disconnect your hose, the one thing you want to do is you want to shut off your water at this little valve. So I've shut off my water hose going into the actual unit. Then you want to depress your handle and get all the pressure out of your hose. That way your hose will disconnect easy. So anyways, guys, like I said, make sure you go to our new website and click the subscribe button, check out the new thing, and get ready for a whole series on pressure washing. Talk to you later. Doc.